Now, if you've ever played a Mario game, there's a very, very high likelihood you know what this thing is. This is a Goomba, one of the most basic Mario enemies ever to exist. But I want to answer one burning question today about these fellas. Why is the Goomba never a playable character? Now, if you look at the Mario Party or Mario Kart or any of Mario's other adventures, you'll notice that these Goombas are never playable. Personally, I think it would be awesome seeing Goombas race against Mario in Mario Kart, or facing against Mario in a fair battle, instead of Mario just stomping him every time, literally. But to this day, we still have not seen anything like that. Well, except for a few games. So the title might be a bit of a fib. There actually is 3 games out of the 300 Mario games that Goombas are playable in. However, 2 of these games are kind of a stretch. The first one is Paper Mario. Now, in this game, you don't really control the Goomba, so that's why I didn't count it too much. The only thing you control about him is his attacks. You use Mario as the main catalyst for the game, and you have the Goomba as a sidekick, right? But I don't really count that as playing as a Goomba. However, there is Mario Odyssey. Now, Mario Odyssey, if you throw a hat on a Goomba, you can control a Goomba. The only thing is, you're not playing as a Goomba. You're still playing as Mario, just inside of a Goomba. And there really isn't much for the Goomba to do in this game either. Sure, there's a few moons to collect, but at the end of the day, you're barely doing anything with the Goomba. He doesn't have that much use in the game, so it's not a true Goomba experience. And I, as a Goomba fan, want to see more. So I don't think that one should count either. But there is one game that I can definitively say that Goombas have been playable in. Mario Super Sluggers. Now, Goomba was actually an option to choose on the team if you wanted to play as him. You could select between a bunch of Bowser's minions, and surprisingly, for the first time ever, Goomba had really been implemented as a playable character. However, this is the only time we've really had him as a full-fledged playable character. And in my opinion, Super Sluggers isn't even a good enough title to have Goomba as a playable character in. So what gives? Why would Nintendo outcast one of its most recognizable enemies? Well, here are my theories for today. Number 1, Goombas do not have hands. And, I mean, it would be pretty awkward if they did. I mean, just look at this. I mean, this is an atrocity, right? I'm glad they don't have hands. However, that does make it very hard to drive. And unfortunately, I guess Nintendo doesn't think he can, because who knows, right? We haven't seen him in any Mario Kart games driving, so there's no way we can be certain. However, my second theory is that in most Mario Party and Mario Kart games, Goombas are technically in the game, but solely as obstacles. So it might be kind of hard playing as a Goomba who's trying to avoid Goombas. It could get a little convoluted quick. But at the same time, I mean, the King Koopa himself is an actual obstacle in a lot of Mario Kart games, so I don't understand why the Goombas can't be involved either. Granted, it is just a statue of the King Koopa, but at the end of the day, he's still an obstacle in the game. I mean, seriously, if we can get Koopa Troopas, Dry Bones, and even Wigglers in the game, then I think it's time that we make a spot for Goomba. I'm not asking for him to be in Smash Bros, alright? That would be too much to ask for Nintendo, and I understand that, but all I'm asking for is a little bit of representation in a few other games other than the few appearances he's made as playable characters. I mean, this is Mario's most notorious enemy aside from the King Koopa himself, so what gives? I think it's time we fight for Goomba rights and get Goomba in Mario Kart. Everybody do what you can to get these Goombas in the game, because I think they deserve it. They've been in the game for almost as long as Mario's been in the game, and to totally disregard them is just plain ignorant. Other than that, that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.